Did you hear the news that's shattering the NBA world? It's a story so wild, so unbelievable, it feels like a nightmare for basketball fans. The Golden State Warriors have officially and shockingly terminated Stephen Curry's massive $200 million contract. That's right. The man who single-handedly redefined the game of basketball, the heart and soul of the Warriors dynasty, is reportedly no longer with the team. This isn't just a trade rumor. This is the end of an era, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire sports community. How could this happen? Why now? Let's break down the most heartbreaking moment in recent NBA history. For over a decade, Stephen Curry wasn't just a player for the Warriors, he was the Warriors. His iconic three-point shooting, his unshakable leadership, and his unwavering loyalty built a modern-day dynasty. He brought 4 championships to the Bay Area, won 2 MVP awards, and became the undisputed greatest shooter of all time. He was the reason Chase Center sold out, the reason kids practiced half-court shots in their driveways, and the reason the Warriors became a global brand. So, why would the team cut ties with their living legend? Sources deep within the organization are whispering that this wasn't a snap decision. Apparently, for months, the Warriors' front office has been tangled in heated debates. The team has been struggling with a crippling salary cap, an aging roster that's losing its edge, and a genuinely disappointing start to this new season. The magic just isn't there anymore. According to these inside reports, the management felt a drastic change was needed. Their new strategy? To move in a new direction, by rebuilding the team from the ground up, focusing entirely on younger, developing talent. But in doing so, they've made a move that has left millions of fans feeling betrayed, furious, and utterly heartbroken. The story of Curry's rise is pure Hollywood. Remember when he was seen as an undersized guard with weak ankles? He defied all odds, all the doubters, and all the critics to become a generational icon. He was the face of the franchise, the embodiment of its culture, and the very core of its identity. He was more than just a superstar. He was family. And now, with this contract termination, it feels like the soul of the franchise has been ripped out. Fans are flooding social media, with many calling this move the ultimate betrayal. Some are even speculating that maybe Curry saw the writing on the wall and chose to walk away himself, tired of the growing tension in the locker room and the front office's apparent lack of a clear plan to win now. This is where the plot thickens. According to NBA insiders, Curry's team was completely blindsided by the timing of this decision. Think about that for a second. Negotiations were reportedly underway to extend his contract to ensure he retired as a Warrior for life. But somewhere along the line, the Warriors' front office slammed on the brakes. The reason? Irreconcilable disagreements over salary restructuring and the team's long-term vision. Some analysts are even claiming that Curry's patience had worn thin. He was growing frustrated with management's inability to surround him with a championship-caliber roster in these twilight years of his career. That once unbreakable bond between the franchise and its greatest player now appears to be shattered, perhaps beyond any hope of repair. The reaction from around the league has been one of pure astonishment. NBA legends, current players, and top analysts are all trying to make sense of it. Many are calling this the biggest shock to the system since we watched Kobe Bryant play his final season. It's a moment that forces you to question everything you thought you knew about loyalty in professional sports. The big multi-million-dollar question now is, what's next for Stephen Curry? Does he hang up his sneakers and retire, forever a Warrior in our hearts, even if not on paper? Or does he do the unthinkable? Imagine Stephen Curry pulling on a different jersey. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? But now it's a real possibility. Could we see him lighting up the court for the Los Angeles Lakers, forming a super team with LeBron? Or what about reviving the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, the very place where his stardom first exploded? Maybe he takes his talents to South Beach and joins the Miami Heat's legendary culture. These scenarios were once pure fantasy, something you'd only see in a video game. But in the wild, unpredictable world of the NBA, fantasy can quickly become reality. This isn't just about Curry's next chapter. It's about his legacy. Let's be honest, the Golden State Warriors without Stephen Curry is almost unimaginable. What happens to their identity now? What happens to their massive global fan base, the millions who tuned in just to watch him cook? For over a decade, he was their everything. He was the reason they sold merchandise around the world, the reason their games were always on national television, and the player every kid on the planet wanted to be. His departure doesn't just leave a hole in the roster, it leaves a black hole in the heart of the franchise. Their popularity, their relevance, and their very brand could take a catastrophic hit. So here we stand, at a monumental crossroads in basketball history. Will this be remembered as the sad, abrupt end to one of the greatest careers we've ever witnessed? Or is this the dramatic beginning of a brand new chapter for Steph? A chance for him to prove he can win anywhere, with anyone. One thing is absolutely certain. No matter what happens next, the game of basketball will never, ever be the same again. The dynasty is over. The era has ended, and we are all left wondering what the future holds for the greatest shooter who ever lived. What do you guys think? Is this the biggest mistake in NBA history? And where do you think Steph will end up? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to stay updated on this developing story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll see you in the next one.